Hello crafty friends, it's Donna here, coming to you from Tokyo. It's been a long time, hasn't it? But with finishing a degree and moving country and all of the things I've been doing, I just haven't been managing to make videos. But today, I'm cozied up in my apartment in the snow and I'm going to do a voiceover so that I can share these cards with you. Today I'm going to be using the Perfect Pairs embossed die cuts as well as some matching papers to make a really simple set of 10 cards. I don't use very busy papers a lot, so I often go for the background papers rather than the original paper set, and I'm going to choose the least busy side of all of these papers. I like the checks, I like the stripes, and I like the different papers that have not a lot of tonal variation. I'm going to do the same thing with these Perfect Pairs patterns, with the exception that I am going to pull back out those strawberries because I think they're just so adorable. But once again, there's a bunch of checks, a bunch of micro patterns, and a lot of different papers that would make great backgrounds, which is what I'm going to use them for today. As far as sentiments goes, I've just bought another set of the Rainbow Poppies sentiments since I have decimated my old one. But actually for today's cards, I'm going to use these Valentine sentiments. This set is full of really punny, funny sentiments, and they go really well with a lot of these little images. So I've sliced up a whole lot of sentiments and punched out a whole lot of these different images, and then I've done a big matching game so that I could work out which images I had and which sentiments I had to go with them. Once I'd done that, I grabbed sentiments and image pairs and matched them up with background papers. The next thing that I used on every single card is these nested hearts. I used the second biggest heart, although any of them would work for different designs. And I'm also using these US-sized card bases from Paper Rose Studio because I'm too lazy to make my own card bases, especially when I'm doing multiple cards. I'm only going to show you the making of one card today, and it's the basic sort of sketch that I've used for all of the cards. And then we'll just quickly go through a bunch of variations. So I've cut my paper to be very slightly smaller than my card base. I think I cut it to 4 inches by 5¼ inches from memory. Then I'm going to glue both the image and my sentiment to my cut heart. Once they're glued down, I'll turn the whole thing over and just even up the layers wherever anything is sticking out off the edges of the heart. I'm just putting a little bit of scrap paper, just some leftovers that I have on my desk, so that that whole cluster is of the same height. Then I'm going to put some double-sided tape on the back and pop it down onto my card. So that's the basic idea behind all of these cards, and I did exactly the same thing for the whale card and the strawberry card, with the exception that the strawberry card obviously is a vertical format. For the bee card, I've also added another layer under my pattern paper so that it's got a border. I felt like the yellow and white was just a little pale. I've also done a little bit of butchery of the sentiment to say, "Will you be my Galentine?" And for this next card, I also used a bit of a background. This next card uses some Shimmer cardstock from Paper Rose Studio, as well as a dotty 3D embossing folder, so that my heart has got a whole lot of dimension. This next card uses some Blackberry Sorbet Shimmer cardstock, and I've used a couple of images on the same card. For this next pair of cards, I have cut out only a partial heart, so that it sits on the side of the card. And I love the way that that's worked for both this balloon card and for the dog. Another option is to add some enamel dots, either just a couple on the heart, as in this first card, or a whole lot. By the way, can you spot the bubo on this card? While all of the cards up till now had my patterned paper cut smaller than my card base, this final card has my patterned paper taking up the whole background. The paper was just too good to cut any extra of it off. If you didn't want to make Valentine's cards, this would be such an easy card idea to do with stars or squares or circles or any other geometric shape. I'm sure that the sky's the limit for this basic idea of background paper, white shape, front image, and a sentiment. I hope you've enjoyed these fun little Galentine's cards, and I will be back soon, I hope, with some more videos. Until next time, bye for now.